Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, Eddie Hearn says he has no ambitions of signing Terence Crawford to the zone. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media links and description. Twitter's the fastest way, and Facebook and Instagram. And I have reposted the live from last night, man. So I know you guys are probably looking for live. I had to edit it out the last 20 minutes. Obviously, if you heard the conversation at the end, I changed it. So, but it's up, and I share it. So give me a minute. I'll share it soon, but let's see if I'll share when I get done with this. So Eddie Hearn said he has no ambitions on signing Crawford, man. Check out the boxing news and welterweight playlist. And he made a good point. You know, I guess the zone or Eddie smartened up with his own money, or they told Eddie to tighten up with the money, start making profits. As you see, Hearn has no interest in signing Crawford. So his explanation was rational. I mean, it was correct. It was correct, bro. So I mean, he just not. I think Eddie Hearn learned that he's just not throwing money around no more. I think the zone told him, like, man, you got to move with a purpose. Especially, it's a rumor that the zone is on the verge. I mean, the Golden Boy is on the verge of a 3-year extension with the zone. So we all thought Eddie was was going to win that, and now Golden Boy coming back in some, in full capacity, possibly if the deal get finalized. Now the contract is supposed to be coming up in December. The rumor's been, but it says Hearn on Top Rank lost money on Crawford. He said, I thought it was quite brutal, but wasn't it not quite long ago where Aaron was saying to Crawford that he was expensive. He could have bought a house in Beverly Hills instead or something like that. Eddie Hearn on NFL TV when asked if he thought Crawford was telling the media and Bob Aaron presence last week that he's leaving. Okay. He says the business Top Rank has paid Crawford a lot of money. He continued, they've lost a lot of money. And I think they've lost substantial money last weekend. Right? He said, I think they would have lost massive money on a mere fight against Crawford April 2019. ESPN, so they bagged Crawford, but that's what you have to do as a promoter. Well, they Top Rank have been able to deliver him. They haven't been able to deliver him marquee fights. Don't forget, Crawford Porter was a fight called by the WBO, not Bob Aaron. He didn't even make that fight. It was called a mandatory, and Crawford wants to move on. He wants to make those fights, Hearn said. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that comment, man, how we know they lost money? If he losing money on Crawford, they lose money on a lot of fighters. Crawford brought up a good point. He did an interview with Sean Porter, all right, on the Sean Porter podcast. And they got chapters on it. The last live stream that I seen, they got chapters where you can go right to the Crawford interview. And he basically said that him and Tyson Fury the only one packing out the house. And Bob Arum also said that he was losing money on Tyson Fury. Second pay-per-view, and he said it before that. So, I mean, people don't remember that when he said he was losing money on Tyson Fury. So people, I like they turn a deaf ear to that. He legit said that. He said, man, I'm losing money on Tyson Fury too. So, like I said, Crawford the only one packing out the houses. Him and Tyson Fury, and really just him. So, I mean, you hear Al Haymon lose a lot. You know Al Haymon lose a lot of money on his fighters. He don't see him complaining about it. Maybe he probably don't lose a lot of money because he got a people forget. We was talking, Destiny Black came on yesterday. We were talking about she was like, well, the reported purses is this. And I had to explain to her that the reported purses ain't the real purses. And how Bob Arum, he make a lot of money on the back end. Well, Al Haymon get the money on the back end through promotional, through them being promoters and all that. He got a way of making money that nobody know how he make money. It's something with the advertising. You got ESPN tried to do it with Bob Arum, but they didn't know how to do it. So, but I mean, that's what it is. He said, Eddie Hearn, why would I sign Terence Crawford? Okay, he says someone came over to me today from the U.S. media and said, "Hey, are you going to sign Terence Crawford?" Continue Hearn. He said, "Quote: Why would I sign Terence Crawford? what fight do I have for Terence Crawford? He wants to fight Errol Spence, even if they did, and they may. Why would they go to us to make the fight? Cause y'all throwing money around like y'all was at a strip club. $1 billion, yeah, $1 billion. You spending like you had $1 million. It's kind of like Canelo would plan. Canelo had to go out to PBC to make the fight, so that's their PBC mentality attitude. Quote: "We don't work with other guys. We only work with in-house people." Then Crawford might as well sign with PBC. He said, "I don't have any welterweight fights to offer him, really," said Hearn about Matchroom Promotional Company not having any welterweights that would interest Crawford. He said, "I've got money, of course. He wants money, but he also wants legacy," Hearn said to Crawford. "I don't think we're that place for him. I don't think we'll make him an offer because he's very expensive," said Hearn. So he talked on the Crawford value. I don't really care about the expense value, but if y'all care. So we don't know none of these dudes' value. They tell you what you want to know. I know it for a fact. I talked with somebody behind the scenes, and they said that Terence Crawford over a period of time before all the pandemic fight happened made more money than Errol Spence, or in the same ballpark. That's what they said, but I said they in the same ballpark, so neither one of them hurting. You know what I'm saying? But the split is just another way to deter Crawford from taking the fight. You got to remember Mikey Garcia got a good split with Crawford with what's my man with Spence, and Mikey got a good split with him, and Porter got a good split with him. He was gonna give Keith a good split, even if he had the 2 belts. So he gonna give Ugas a solid split. Won't say it's down the middle, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, people want to see this fight. Like I said, I've been past it. It's past this boiler point. If they make it, then cool. We ride over there. We watch it. We go see it, but I'm not invested into it. He right. Like, what do we got to offer him? It wasn't no diss. Dude, got Vargas. He really a 54-pounder now. I'm working with Mikey, but he really not our fighter. He right. What do I have to offer this kid? PBC the only place he can go. Honestly, even if he stay a promotional free agent, you're gonna be working with PBC. It's gonna be like Mayweather working with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy before PBC was a thing. So crazy, right? So honestly, man, he can't go to PBC and force Spence to fight you. And I probably gonna put it in the contract. So if I'm him, man, I'll get as much money as I can. If that don't happen, I gotta be Josh Taylor. Cool. If I go back to top rank, so be it. People blame Bob, and his whole, I don't know his personal business, but it's been a couple of days before the fight. We'll see next year if he signed the contract. If not, I don't care no more. I've seen Terence Crawford greatness multiple times. I know how great a fighter he is. I was watching Holyfield Tyson chasing 30 for 30 on ESPN Plus. And, it's the same situation. Shit, ask Blood, man. And Scrapbook Boxing. Ask them guys. We've seen this story before. They, even though Evander Holyfield was a better fighter than Mike Tyson, them motherfuckers didn't fight till they was older. At least Evander had a heart issue, came back, but it wasn't because they were dancing around each other. They did wait 2 years to originally make the fight, and then Tyson went to jail. But that's marinade go wrong, But when they did fight, that's kind of where marination came from. How much money Holyfield and Tyson? I think Tyson, overall he earned over $500 million in boxing. Holyfield was close to him, $3 or $4 or $5 million in boxing. And they wasn't by design. They was supposed to wait 5, 6, 7 years. They was gonna fight. They waited 2 years, and they was gonna fight after the 2 years, and then Mike Tyson went to jail, and it was like, and they stumbled upon something, saying if we wait and build it up, but it was a lot of variables in there. And then also Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. My bad, yeah. So that it was originally supposed to happen then, and Mike lost to Buster Douglas, and then they waited 2 years, and then so yeah, it wasn't really like marination going bad, but they marinated it. There was so many variables. Mike Tyson, going to jail, or Evander Holyfield ready bow, the parachute ban, and Michael Moore and the heart issue. But they figured out a boxer right there. We marinate fights, we can make more money. That's kind of probably where I can think it started at. But Evander was in Terence Crawford's same position, all the media members, going around Mike and being on Mike job because Mike's a bad guy. Mike's always got controversy. Controversy sells in the Robert Givens situation, and he was just polarizing. And Evander Holyfield was just a good guy, quiet. Don King said if you put Evander Holyfield in the room, nobody recognized he's the heavyweight champion of the world because he's so quiet. Who else that remind you of? Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford. You know, very quiet guys, but beat your motherfucking butt. And he remind me of him, man. I think Terence Crawford is a little bit more colorful than Evander. That ain't much saying, but yeah, he remind you of Evander in the Mike situation. They just kept on, man. Evander said he had people, and this now no similarity to the Spence fight at this point. He said he had friends that said, you ain't scared to fight. You about to fight Mike. He said, I'll be crying and this, that, and the third. And he said people didn't believe in him. I think more people believe in Crawford than Evander, but Evander could fight. Say what you want to say about Evander. You know, he may be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Yeah, he didn't beat Lennox. He had a draw and didn't beat Lennox Lewis, but at the end of the day, he was at the end of his career. Evander was nowhere near his prime, even when him and Mike fought. But Terence Crawford is the Evander Holyfield of this era. Not his skill set, but, you know, his position. He was going around saying, I don't need Mike. I don't need Mike. Don't mind fighting him. I'll fight him. I don't need Mike. But, yeah, he's the Holyfield. He's the Holyfield of this division. You know, steady, not polarizing. You know, be quiet, and he'll beat you up. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We got a business question, card response, video request, all my social media in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Other than that, man, best way to donate, comment, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, change the notifications, go live, drop a video. Happy Turkey Day. Other than that, man, I put the live stream up in the community tab where it's back up. You can find it. Searching my videos from last night. It was a good one. Peace.